Saturday, October 16, 2010, about 4:24 in the afternoon. Anyhow, I am once again today working on the car. I have not taken video every single time I've been out here. I've pretty much been taking still photos and blogging, but keep forgetting to take video. Not too much has happened, I think. I didn't review the last video I took, but I think I took video while I was patching up the floor. And as of a couple of minutes ago, I more or less just finished up the metal work. You can see right here, this was a complete hole in the rocker, and I more or less did several layers of patching there. And this is sheet steel, which I cut, cleaned up, primed, drilled, and pop riveted. You can see here some more completed patches I've done. It looks like crap now, and I'll explain my plans, but more or less this here, you can see the outline of where there was a hole, and that's all steel again. And I've sealed up all the gaps last week with seam sealer. And this will be heavily undercoated, and I'll get more to that in a minute. And so and I just finished installing these last couple of patches here, and I primed them. So once the primer's dry, I'm going to put on some seam sealer around them. And let me show you the inside of the car. I'm not sure where this was last time I took any video, but you can see the floor here is a floor again. And once again, this is all steel, and you see this is seam sealer here, which I put on last week, and it's cured nicely. Got the parking brake cable here routed back through the floor, and that is all well and good. The other thing I'm going to be doing today is actually, this is not the piece I was looking for. Is it here or not? It's probably somewhere on the garage floor. But anyhow, it's going to be actually, that was this was my first attempt at a new accelerator pedal mount. There should be a mount right about there on the floor. And here's the actual mechanical connection where the accelerator pedal clips onto. Right here on the back of it, this bushing here goes around the rod. And right there on the bottom, let me get out of the light here, there's a hole right there in the pedal, and that attaches to a mount on the floor. Well, the mount on the floor of the car here was basically disintegrated when I bought the car, which explains why the pedal could not be fastened to the floor. Right now I'm looking for the piece that oh, it's around here. It's around here somewhere. But anyhow, I made a new mount. The first one I tried to make, which is right here, I made it out of sheet aluminum. And it seemed to be strong enough, more or less, but the problem I ran into, as you can see right there when I bent the aluminum, not sure if it's, oh here, it's much easier to see on this side, it cracked. So aluminum, although it's really rigid and resists flexing, it looks like it's going to crack. And here, what do you know, I just found the other one in the car. This is the one I made out of several layers of sheet steel. I did it in, did a couple of layers, and started this one big piece. And you see the black stuff here, that's actually undercoating. I wanted to give it as much protection as possible over the primer. So, there it is. That is more or less where I am going to mount it. Then the accelerator pedal will clip through right there and clip onto the rod here. And once that's reinstalled, I can make whatever adjustments I need to get to get full range of motion there in the throttle. And things are coming along okay. Not much more to say at the moment. Like I said, I'm not sure where this was the last time I took video, but this is basically done now. I mean, the mount here is the last piece of metal in the floor. And, you know, once that is in, I have some... I'm just going to show you over here. Now, I'm just going to pause this for a second. I mean, this is 100% a budget project. This, I mean, I mechanically speaking, I know I can save the car. And the body is really, I mean, structurally pretty sound for a 115 body Mercedes here in the Northeast. Actually, it's not too far gone, but it's not a valuable car. And, you know, nobody in their right mind is going to spend, you know, the $25,000 or whatever it is to get this car professionally restored. So in the condition the car is in, I mean, it's either going to be somebody like me, an enthusiast, you know, picking the car up and doing the best they can with it with the whatever materials they can get their hands on, or the car would have gone to the junkyard. I mean, this car was for sale for a little while before I came along. I mean, I did kind of see the listing for a little while, and I went back and forth on whether or not I should even call the guy, but I went and looked at it, and the car was actually worse off than I originally thought, but eventually I figured, you know what, if I could pick it up cheap enough, I could do this sort of a project with it, and, well, then I would hopefully have, you know, a fairly decent-looking Mercedes, using, of course, you know, not factory-correct materials, but a decent-looking and running car that'll, you know, go at least a few more years. I'm going to get back to work here, and hopefully, you know, get to work on the car again tomorrow, and I'll just keep going. Hopefully, you know, by spring, I will be pretty far along. Ideally, I would like to get the car, you know, ready to paint, maybe by next summer. And honestly, if I miss next summer's driving season, I'm just going to shelve the car and do the mechanical work and then hopefully put it on the road for 2012.